what is equity? Your realtor throws out all these real estate terms, and most people don't really know what they are. So, equity is the difference between what you owe on the house and what the market value is. That difference is your profit, your home ownership, and what you can use for the future. So so what happens is, so I was making some notes about this. So for example, if your home is worth $900,000 and you owe $600,000, then $300,000 is your equity position. That's the amount of money that your house has grown over time or appreciated. The benefit of appreciation has happened. So if you bought the house at, say, $500,000 and now it's worth $900,000, it had a $400,000 growth, but since you have a loan on it of $600,000, you now have a $300,000 equity. So that's the amount of money that if you were selling, you'd be using that money, less you're paying off your loan, less paying all the closing costs, including commissions, and that's the amount of money you would use to purchase your next home. When you're buying, your down payment becomes your equity. The amount of money that you use in your purchase is where your is the amount of money is basically your beginning equity right there. And it's important for you to know what equity is as a buyer so that you know whether or not the seller might have an opportunity to possibly help pay some closing costs for you, as long as there's some equity there and they're willing to do that. So your agent will help negotiate that for you in your offer. So, sorry, allergies, and it's hot. And I don't know if you notice I have glasses. Oh my gosh, I can see again. I can see you again. So, but today I wanted to have that discussion about what equity is, because as I mentioned before, realtors have a tendency of throwing out all kinds of words. I've had questions about it. So if you have questions about some of the words that we use in real estate, send me a message down below, and let's see if I can use that in my next topic. Let's see. So I'd love to be able to have other topics that I could work with. So please send me a message and let me know. Number 2. So I am hearing that interest rates have probably come down a little bit on the Fed level, which means that we'll probably see a little bit of change in the interest rates for mortgages coming up. And if you're looking for a possibility of buying, even if it's not in 2025, now would be a good time to speak with a lender to find out what you need to do in order to be prepared to become a homeowner in 2026. So if you need referrals here in Southern California, I have some. So send me a message down below, text me, or call me at 310-864-9738. And number 3, it's California Pizza Kitchen today. So the Torrance Rose Float Association is still doing a Restaurant for Roses. We're fundraising for our float for the 2026 float. So go to the Torrance website, torrancerosefloat.org. Look at the drop-down menu, find the Restaurant for Roses. You can pull it down. There's a link there to print the form. You can dine in or order. We're going to order. Why? Because we're going to bring the food home so we can watch the Dodger game. Anyway, go Dodgers in blue. So it's Carol Gillis with Fredericks Realty, 310-864-9738. It is a wild Wednesday. Yay, team. Bye. See you next week.